Right. So I'm gonna throw one name out to you in it, and I want to see what you think. Bad Bunny, because not only did his album, perform the best last year. That's a fact, by the way. Like
Yeah.
he had the highest selling album in the US. His album was also critically acclaimed.
Oh, it was it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
critically acclaimed. So do you feel like Bad Bunny, should have won
That's
this award
interesting.
if I was to judge it based off of the body of work? I think Renaissance is definitely the best album on here. And
Okay. Fair enough.
yeah. I feel like it's the best album on here, and I feel like it's about time that Beyonce won this award because I can't lie, she's been snubbed a couple of times, isn't it? One thing off everyone's world, everyone's good. It's your favorite R&B connoisseur Henry here, and I'm back with my brother from another, Mr. Monberry. Monberry. Hey,
Hey, big tune, fam. Big tune.
hey.
What
Big,
go
big,
on,
big,
fam?
big,
What are
big,
you
big.
saying, fam? I'm all good, man. How
Uh,
you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Okay, obviously, you know why we're here today. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
the Grammys 2023 took place yesterday in LA,
Yeah.
and like we do every year, me and Kevin are gonna give our opinions on some of the winners and some of the losers from last night's ceremony. We're not gonna cover every single award because that would be long, you know what I mean? And quite frankly, me and Kate don't care in it. You understand? You know what I mean? We
It's
don't
just
care,
too
but
much. Yeah.
this is too much, yeah. But we're gonna cover like, the main awards, like the album of the year, best new artist, song of the year, etc., etc. You know the drill, guys. I'm gonna start off, Kevin, with going through the album of the year category. This is like
Yes,
the main
sir.
award of the night. This is the coveted album of the year. This is the one award that every artist wants to win. But obviously there can only be one winner. Harry Styles ended up winning this award with Harry House.
Yeah.
Just off the bat, Kevin, do you think that this award to Harry Styles was well deserved, or do you feel like it should have gone to someone else?
No, to be honest, I feel like it should have gone to someone else. Though I will say the Harry's House has got some good reviews, and I think this is probably one of his best in terms of critically reviewed album in terms of performance wise. And I've heard some of it, and it wasn't too bad. It seemed like it was sequence was had some really good melodies to it as well. But then it had this awful song with "You Got the Cinema." I think that's like an ode to like Olivia Wilde as well. But yeah, it's a terrible record. But I think looking at the list, I would have given it to Kendrick. I think Kendrick had a way much better album. Granted enough that he's also done albums that are even better than this album as well. That I'm not sure if they even were nominated for album of the year or if they did win. But I think they are albums for me that are, great music, challenging as well, and just great melody and lyrical performance and vocal performance as well. And then the second best should be Lemonade, not Lemonade, sorry, Renaissance with Beyonce, and then possibly Adele with 30. I give Adele with 30 as well. Or actually, maybe Harry's House before Adele with 30. That could be a good argument as well.
Mm,
That's the way I would
mm,
list it as well. So, but then
mm.
again, some of the nominees I just don't have no like Coldplay Music of the Spheres. I just don't understand that. I think Coldplay has been out of the game they haven't been in form for a very long time.
So, do you feel like they got that nomination based off their name?
I'm not sure because Coldplay's been in the game
Mm.
such a long time now that I don't know like how retrospective you can keep doing it because I'm not sure Music of the Spirit even performed very well in comparison to like Music of the Spirit is
Listen,
not Viva La Vida. Do you get me? That's a
yeah,
big
it's
boy
not.
album.
It's
Like
not.
Grant, you sorry, go on.
Yeah, to be honest with you, bro, like I didn't even know they released an album until
Yeah,
like late
yeah,
last year, and nobody
yeah,
was really talking about it, man.
yeah,
Nobody was really talking about the album, so I'm kind of surprised that they got nominated. But
yeah.
what do you know? Right, so I'm gonna throw one name out to you in it, and I want to see what you think. Bad Bunny, because not only did his album, perform the best last year. That's a fact, by the way. Like
Yeah.
he had the highest selling album in the US. Um, his album was also critically acclaimed.
Oh, it was it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
critically acclaimed. So, do you feel like Bad Bunny, should have won
That's
this award?
interesting. I think I did try to listen to the album, but I just couldn't get into it. And I do like artists like Rosalia as well that got the the Spanish influence. And granted, the album is more
Facts.
reggaeton now as well. And I
Facts.
do like.
I feel like Motomami should have been nominated
Oh
for
yeah,
this
that's
award.
interesting. That's interesting.
Mm.
Motormom is a weird album for me because again, I like certain records on it, but I didn't like all of it as well. But I think I like more traditional when she does a more traditional, but again, that's a different argument as well. But Much Mama is a big shout. That's a big shout, and that's interesting shout. Yeah, I'm looking at the score right now, and it is quite high as well. And I think I've heard of some of this Bad Bunny album, but I just
Mm.
couldn't. I think most of it's live quite reggaeton heavy. If I'm wrong, don't quote me that. I could be wrong. I need to listen to it as well. So basically, I have no comment on whether Bad Bunny should. What do you think?
I've only taken a listen to the album once.
Yeah.
There were some good songs on it. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad if Bad Bunny won this award. I can't lie to you because he had a truly, truly magnificent year. Like he not only had the best-selling album in the US, but I mean, he had you know, uh, I think more than 10 sold out shows
Yeah, it was
across
insane.
the US and in South America. So like he totally killed it last year. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I feel like he was the artist of the year last year.
Oh, really?
Just in terms of his body of work. Yeah, I do feel like he was the artist of last year. If he had won this award, he would have definitely deserved it. But I could say the same thing for Beyonce
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Renaissance. I mean, we're gonna touch on Beyonce in a second. If I was to pick a winner,
Yeah.
um, I would definitely go with Beyonce. I'm not
Okay.
mad that Harry Styles won it. I can't lie, I'm not mad because the album did have some good tunes on it. Like it wasn't a bad album at
Yeah.
all. And I mean, Harry Styles,
He's improved as well. I think he's
he's improved.
become better, and then he's moving away
You
from
see,
that 70s
hmm
rock inspired music, all this like
hmm
continuous odd to the
hmm
70s, he needs to stop, man. Go with
hmm
your own, own
hmm
sonic image. But go on, sorry.
Yeah, no, 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 bro. You're 100% correct. He's definitely improved, man, and he's definitely an artist I take more seriously now. But yeah, like him winning it, I'm not too mad at that. But I do feel like Beyonce deserved it
Yeah.
because, and not just because it's Beyonce, because I haven't always been a fan of Beyonce, the solo artist. I was a fan of her earlier stuff, like her first and second albums, and then she kind of lost me a bit with Sasha Fierce, and I feel like there was another album in between that I didn't like. But then Beyonce, I think from 2011 onwards, yeah, from that four album to now, has really, really, you know, and we can get into why we think that is or why I think that is, but she's definitely improved massively as a solo artist. So for me, I'm not just basing it off of Beyonce's name. I feel like best album on this list, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like it's better than Mr. Miranda, Big Steppers. And you know how much of a huge fan I am of Kendrick. Like Kendrick is literally my favorite artist. But I feel like if I was to judge it based off of the body of work, I think Renaissance is definitely the best album on here. And
Okay. I don't know.
yeah, 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 yeah. I feel like it's the best album on here. And I feel like it's about time that Beyonce won this award because I can't lie, she's been snubbed a couple of times, innit? Do you know what I mean?
I
And
feel like Lemonade would have been a nicer album
Lemonade,
for her to win the album of the year rather than
I hear you.
Renaissance.
I hear you. Obviously, that's subjective, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
we can debate on what album we think is better. I feel like they're two good albums.
Yeah,
Personally,
for
I
sure.
prefer Renaissance. Personally, I prefer Renaissance. But Kevin, obviously, I'm not mad at you for holding Lemonade. Um,
Above
holding
Renaissance.
Lemonade.
Above,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
above
yeah, above
Renaissance.
Renaissance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm not mad at you for that, and I could kind of understand it. But yeah, man, I feel like this was Beyonce's time. I mean, she's now the most awarded artist in Grammys history. I think she now has is it 37 Grammys to her name,
I
which is
believe
more
something
than
like that. She's broken the record, isn't it?
yeah, which is more than any other artist. So, yeah, she broke the record last night, in fact, which is a crazy, crazy achievement. Again, I just want to touch on Beyonce real quick because, like I mentioned before, she's now the most awarded artist in Grammys history. Do you feel like that's well deserved? Okay, like how do you look at Beyonce's career on the whole?
It's been a very successful career. I think to some extent it is, to some extent it isn't. But again, it all comes down to the type of award show that the Grammy is. The Grammy is a more prestigious event than Billboard Music Awards. Do you get me? That's what it is. It's not
Mm,
for me, I don't. It's not for me. It's not comparable to like, let's say, the Oscars or even like, what's it called? Can the cinema, if I said them correctly as well, in terms of where the award work that is, challenging from front to back. Do you get me? That it sort of pushes things forward. Grammys can award that, but they also have a huge focus on how well a song or an album performs. Do you get me? And I think also has to do with the voting system as well. So with the type of artist that Beyonce was in the beginning, that was more about sort of popularized, that's doing also some good songs there and then, but more popular songs, and that's doing really well on the chart. She was able to amass that mostly as well. But now she's moved on more to artistic, uh, you know,
Mm, mm.
artistic era of her, which I love it way more. Like now I take it
Yeah,
more
100%.
seriously than before. And she still is
100.
winning the awards, but she's not getting the prestigious awards that she should be getting. And will that, I don't know, who knows if she ever will get again. It might be a little bit too late now because it's so hard to continuously
Yeah.
to put out great albums, as you know, and not everyone
I,
can do it after for a sustained period of time.
you know, okay, I feel like, her time has passed now because
Yeah.
I don't see Beyonce. Do you know why I'm saying this? It's purely because I don't see Beyonce, um, staying in music, for the long term. Like I feel like she
But
will
she
retire
shouldn't. She's
very
almost
soon.
50 in like
Yeah,
9 years. She shouldn't.
yeah,
So,
I feel like she's gonna retire really soon, or very soon. And I mean that's probably the main reason why I don't feel like she'll ever win this award because I don't feel like she'll be around long enough. You know what I mean? I genuinely feel like she's got maybe one, maybe two albums left
yeah.
in her, and maybe even two's a stretch. Maybe she's just got one. And the world tour that she's about to embark on, I feel like this is going to be one of her last world tours. I feel like she'll definitely. I don't feel like this is going to be her last world tour, but I feel like this is going to be near enough the end, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
she may go on another world tour. She may do, but yeah, I feel like she's gonna hang her boots. Um, she's gonna hang in her retirement boots real soon. So yeah, again, I don't really see her being in music within the next 2, 3, 4 years. So yeah, that's probably the main reason why I don't see her ever winning this
To
award.
be
But
yeah.
um,